So I know you and Phil have been on a lot of adventures and a lot of trips. And it's like, what's an adventure or a trip that really stays in your mind?
When I first thought of this, I thought of our road trips or travel, in Europe. But the one that apparently needs to be told instead is camping. And Phil and I didn't camp until we moved back to the Northwest, and I don't know that I would describe Phil as a hardcore camper because he grew up going to resorts and I grew up in a campground. So we had very different backgrounds, but he loved the trees and he loved the water and he loved being in nature. So he took to it pretty quickly. So once the kids were gone, we started going camping in the summers. On the weekend, we'd do like 4-day weekends. And we went to a place where I grew up going camping. So it had so many memories for me. And it was so cool to share it with him. So it's called French Pete's Campground. It's on the McKenzie River outside of Eugene. And it is just pure heaven. It's a river that has a lot of motion and rocks, and then there are pools with eddies, and the campground is right on the river, and so you get to pitch your tent and listen to the river. And we stayed at a campground that was right at the confluence of a creek and a river, so there was water on two sides of the campsite. And just like our relationship, we just get in a rhythm with each other that just knows what's needed and what needs to be done. So we figured out a routine of how we put everything into the car to go camping. We had a routine for how everything got busted out of the car, how the tent got set up, where the stuff went, and it just was a rhythm. We would always go hiking and we'd come back, and it was just nothing better than sitting down next to the campfire after a really long, hard hike and just resting. Of course, Dad would take a nap and snore, but then just eating meals off the campfire and making tea in the morning on the campfire. Just those small things were just so made me so happy. It was just relaxing and joyful just to be there. Of course, it sucked having to walk to the latrine in the middle of the night with a flashlight, but everything else about it was just magnificent.
How often did you go there?
We only went maybe once or twice, but we went camping for one summer. We were going a lot, but it was just the rhythm of it. I don't know why the rhythm is so important in my mind right now, but just that the part of being with Phil is we just each can understand what is needed in that rhythm, and it just is easy. It requires no effort, and it is just feels safe, secure.
Yeah. Sounds safe, secure, sounds peaceful.
Yeah, peaceful. There's no effort, it's at being at your best with somebody who's enjoying their best.
Yeah. It sounds like you're just in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to describe it. In sync. We just kind of get each other.
Oh, thanks, Donna. That's beautiful.